So, hello everyone.
Yeah, hi.
Welcome all for the demo on SolidWorks. I'm Jamin Chawda, working as application engineer in engineering technique. I'm a certified SolidWorks expert and PDM administrator. So today we will see a demo on product design using SolidWorks. So these are some of the highlights of the demo. I will start off with part design and assembly modeling. Then we will see manufacturing drawings, how easily we can create assembly drawings with bills of material and part drawings with the help of SolidWorks. Next, we will see how easy it is to create sheet metal part using SolidWorks. We will also see a fabricated frame design and the analysis, how easily we can perform the analysis on that frame. Then we move ahead with the standard part library and the design library, which is available in SolidWorks and can create the standard components like nut, bolts, bearings, such standard components we can create using that library. And we will end up with the technical documentation using SolidWorks Composer. So let's start off with the part design first. So let me just show you my model. So here on my screen, you can see it's an labeling machine which will be used to sticker label on the bottles. So let me show you that how it is going to be work in an actual environment. So this is the animation which I have created using that SolidWorks. So yeah, you can see the bottle enters from one end and exit with labeled on the other end. And it's a continuous process. So yes, we can also create animations using SolidWorks, which can be we can utilize as a marketing material. So again, I will show you it's in my SolidWorks interface. So yeah, the same thing. Okay. So now in this equipment, I'm going to redesign this bracket. So here you can see this bracket is having a multiple components and it's an assembly file. So what I need to do is I want to make this assembly as a single part. So which will be easy to assemble into this equipment. So let me start off with creating a new component, which I'm going to do in my safe and secure vault. I just need to enter into that vault location where I want to create that file. So it's a secure location where we can store each and every files. So here I'm going to create a new part file, and with the help of standard template, I can generate the file number from the code generator. So you can see just like this, and I'm going to design a bracket as 3. I'm just opening the same. Yeah. So let me just create some geometry over here. Also want to create some another sketch geometry to the perpendicular plane. And now I want to create and add the material for the same. So let me just add a plate from my uh, members over here. Yeah. So I just select the section which I want to create. So it's an 150 by 10 thickness, and on the other section I want to add a different size of member. So selecting that, yeah, we can. I want to reposition this, so just change the angle and let me just reposition the things, and that's it. So this is how we can create this bracket. One more member I want to add as an cassette. Okay, so just okay. Yeah. So this is how we can create this bracket component using SolidWorks features. Uh, and I want to assemble this bracket, that assembly. So let me just save this and just replacing that assembly file. But before replacing, I want to create a few more slots over there. Just you can see over here. Again, just sketch, and we can use the tools to create that sketch geometry. Giving dimensions, just adding few more references, right? And the slot height I required as 80 mm, and this is having a 120 mm. So let me just complete this by removing the material from this section, and again removing from this section. And let me just mirror those things. So it is easy to create a part design in SolidWorks. We just need to create some geometry and adding features as we require. And let me just apply a material over here. So we can, if we want to measure the weight, we can easily measure it. So the weight of this component is around 3.3 kg. Now I will just save this file and let me replace this geometry with the existing assembly file. So I'm going to replace an assembly file with the part file. Okay. Yeah, few more the whole details I need to add over here. So what I do, I will just add that whole part in the assembly mode. So it can give me the reference, whatever the holes behind that. So directly I can just play the holes and it will update the same. Yeah, so this is how we can create the part and add it into the assembly file. The next I want to create that assembly, this sliding assembly over here, and want to add it over here on the another end of this equipment. So what I do is I will now open with the new file, that is a assembly file, and let me just drag and drop the part files from my folders. Yeah, so just drag and drop to make an assembly file. So it's easy to insert the part file directly from your Windows. Just drag and drop and you will have the all the files available. Okay, so let me just quickly add the relations with those components. Just select and apply. So just select and apply, and it will add the relations between these components easily. Okay, so this is a SolidWorks assembly file. We can easily create and add the geometry, coincident and concentric mates with the geometries. There are a lot of shortcuts available in SolidWorks. Using those shortcuts, we can easily add the geometry constraints. And now let me add this bush over here. Just adding the respective components. Okay, finishing the assembly. Yeah. Okay. So this is how we can create. And one more thing I need to add over here is this sliding attachment. So just again drag and drop, and it will apply a smart mate to that components. Okay. Yeah. So we have created a part file and an assembly file using SolidWorks. So it's easy to create uh, geometries. Okay. And let me insert that assembly file over here. Okay. Yeah. So we have just added this assembly, and let me open this assembly file. So I have created some views, and it is also required to create that exploded view. So this is how we can create the exploded view in SolidWorks. Okay. Yeah. So let us go with that assembly and add the mates, keep it in the positions. Okay. So this is how we can create that part as well as the assembly file using SolidWorks. So the next I want to showcase you is the drawing. So manufacturing drawing, how it is easy to create that manufacturing drawing of an part file as well as the assembly file. Let me just open that file, and I'm going to create that drawing. Using the standard template, it will come up with the predefined views automatically. And it is again also very easy to add the bills of material. So as this is actually the fabricated component, so it also requires the cut list and bills of material with that component. So what we do is we will just add the cut list over here with the help of tools available inside the SolidWorks. We can easily generate the cut list. And let me just add the balloons. Yeah, so this is how we can add. And let us add the dimension. So SolidWorks is actually a bidirectional software. So when I say bidirectional, so if you are going to make changes in dimension into the drawing file, so that will also update your model file as well. So currently you can see the slot size over here is 120 mm. So what I do is I will change this 120 mm slot size to 100 mm. And let me just update this. So yeah, you can see my drawing has been updated with the size what I have given. And now let us check over here. Yeah. So here you can see if I click on this and I will have the dimension of 100 slot, what we have just changed in the drawing file. So it is also a vice versa, like if I can update these dimensions in my model into the assembly mode, so that can also update my drawing as well. So I will make it as a 70 Let us see the drawing file. Yeah. So this can be beneficial, like we can easily update we will all the way we will get updated with our drawings and models. Also in the assembly files, we will have an updated details and dimensions available, whether that component has been used in assembly or it is in individual. So we can have updated drawings available. Okay, so just again save. And now let me also make the drawing file of that assembly what we have just made. So creating a new drawing from that assembly file. Okay, so it is by default come up with the three and as well as the isometric predefined view. But in that assembly file, what I am looking for is exploded view and the bills of material. So I will just remove the other views and make these isometric view as in exploded state. So which will be very illustrative to easily understand the things, that what number of components has been used in this assembly. So we can easily get the bill of material with the quantity and part number and as well as the item number. So it will also update the balloons automatically. Like currently you can see I have just added that balloons all the way in all my components. But many time what happens, we required a balloon sequence in a different way. We want to rearrange the sequence. So here you can see the plate one, balloon number one is having a plate. So what I do is I want to resequence these plates as in five number. So you can see in my bill of material it has updated the part with the five number, as well as the balloon is also updated with the number five digit. So this way we can easily create the balloon drawings with the bills of material using SolidWorks. Yeah, so we have seen that how easy it is to create the part model and assembly model, as well as we have created the drawing file of the part and assembly. The next I am going to show you is how easy it is to create the sheet metal model file using SolidWorks in assembly mode. So let us see how it works. So here you can see this is a kind of a labeling machine, so it requires a dusting cover for this conveyor belt. So what I do, I will just open this assembly file, and in that assembly, I need to create a sheet metal cover just below to that conveyor belt over here. So what I'm going to do is just isolate this assembly, as I only required to make a cover over here. And let me also add a new component over here. Yeah, so just creating a sketch geometry using the existing assembly references. Okay, and let me just add few relations to complete my sketch. Let me just add few dimensions. And make these as in parallel with that object. And the total height is around 160 mm. This side edge I required 40 mm. So you can see I'm making a sheet metal component using in assembly mode. Yeah, so just let me add a material with that. Okay, I also required to add few more sketches over here because it's in shaft. So I will give two holes over here with the reference of this roller, and just the base flange I'm going to create a 1.6 mm thickness of the sheet. Yeah, so this is how we can create, and I also want to create some side edge, so completely it will cover my object. Okay, I will give it as a 40 mm of height, 3 mm of height. So that will be fine with that cover part, and just closing it. So at the assembly level, we have just generated this sheet metal cover. So I will just show you by disconnecting from that cover part. Okay, and let us create a drawing for that cover as well. So for the manufacturing drawing, I will just open that part. So this is actually the individual part file which we have created in assembly mode. And now I will save and just let us create that file. Yeah, I want to save this document first, and I'm going to save it as an external component. Okay, so let us make a drawing. It is also important that we have the band lines available with that component, so it will directly come up with that views. Okay, so here I have the views of that component available, so I can easily drag and drop to create the drawing file. So I first of all require the flat pattern, the laser cutting or water jet cutting, what I require to manufacture this component. Then I will bring down that uh, isometric view as well as the front view and the top. Yeah. So let me just scale down. It will properly fits into my sheet. Okay. And let us add the dimensions. Yeah. So this is how we can easily create that sheet metal component using SolidWorks into assembly mode. Again, just save this component. Okay. Uh, so we have seen that it's easy to create that sheet metal part. And now let us move with the next set of demo, that is a frame structure design. So many companies are also working with that structural design part, like they need to manufacture that frame structure for their equipment, as well as they are into the manufacturing of uh, the equipment and machines where the structure part is more usable. So let us see that how easily you can create and use that structural components and with the help of SolidWorks. So here I have this pre-sketch is already created, and let me just create add a member. So in SolidWorks we have a standardized library available. So with the help of that library, you can browse through multiple sections. Like we have a C channel, circular tubes, L angle, and a rectangular tube as well as square tube. So it's a totally customizable library where we can browse the data from that library and we can add the members to the desired sketch. So I just need to select the sketch where I need to add the members and it will update the same. Again, this time I have selected the 40 by 40 and now I want to create the member which is having a different in size like 40 by 20. So we can also manipulate the end point and end position of that section as well. So currently you can see it has been generated from the center of that geometry. I required it as a corner of that geometry. So we can manipulate this section. So you just select this section and update as per the desired location easily. Reposition the locations. Yeah. So one more thing you have noticed is it will fall into my that the section tube. So we can easily uh, uh, remove the unnecessary entity by just selecting the members. Can remove. Okay, and again, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so for this kind of design, structure design, it is also important and it is also required to get the bills of materials quickly. So in SolidWorks, it will automatically create the balloons and bills of material for this kind of components. Okay, few more members I need to add over here, and let us again just trim the sections. So again, just save that component and let us make a drawing. So you can see we are just creating that frame structure within a 5 to 10 minutes. We can create those kind of components with the bills of materials and drawing. So it's easy to use, easy to utilize those kind of tools, and we can easily create that structure part as well. So let us add the bills of material. Yeah, I need to update in my component. Okay, just a second. Yeah, it has generated the cut list. Let me just. Yeah, so this is how we can add the cut list using those Wellman's components. And let us add the balloons for the same. Okay, so just save these components. And it is a kind of an concurrent updation for that kind of Wellman structure. So you can see if I make any changes into my model or my drawing dimensions, so that can also update my bills of material as well. So currently you can see This is having a dimension of 560. So what I do is, and the bill of material is also having a 516 dimension. So I will give it as a 600, and let us just update the file. So you can see my the drawing file has been updated with the 600 of dimension, as well as the bill of material is also updated with the same dimension. So this is how we can generate the structure members using that SolidWorks part. And on the same file, I am going to perform some analysis. So SolidWorks is not just only a CAD software. We can also perform the simulation and stress analysis, static analysis, and dynamic analysis in using SolidWorks simulation. So let us see that how we can create that analysis in SolidWorks. So here I'm just going to add the static simulation. So I actually want to measure the load factor, what is going to become on this frame, load bearing capacity for this frame. So just making a fixed geometry of these four corners and applying a load to those members. Okay, and normal to this direction. So I will apply 5,000 Newton of load, which is round about 500 kg. And again, I just want to update the material as in plain carbon steel, and let me just update all the components, and let us run the study. So within uh, easily it will calculate the stress analysis for that structure part, and we are moreover concerned with the factor of safety, that how safe this frame structure is we can utilize for that kind of load. So you can see the result of that frame structure with the 500 kg of load what we have applied. So minimum factor of safety is around zero point 0.5. So we can also optimize the member size by doing such simulation on our models. So the next part, what I want to show you is a standard part library which is available in SolidWorks. So using that library, we can generate the standard components like nuts, bolts, bearing, what we are using in day out of our activities. So let me show you that how we can generate that kind of a standard component. As well as we can also store the electric motors as well as gearbox in our design library. So I will just save these and close. So here, just for an example, what I'm going to show you is, here you can see we have a design library available. So in design library, we have standard tools available. So just I want to show you some forming tool which is there. So normally forming tool has been used in a sheet metal components like this. So we need to perform some lancing operation as well as some lowers. We need to create lowers in the electric panels or some denting operations. So this kind of tools are already available in SolidWorks. And we can also create a forming tool what we required as in our custom forming tool as per our requirement. So these kind of such tools are available in SolidWorks as well as some features. So like we need to create some keyways. So let me show you that we can create and add the keyways into shaft. It will also automatically detect the size of the shaft and appropriately it will give me the keyway size. So currently the shaft diameter is around 25 mm, and let me just drag and drop the keyway. And I'm selecting that size. Okay, actually I required some reference plane over here. Okay, so yeah, but we have that standard components. Also, I want to show you some toolbox component, so which can be generated from the toolbox library. Like if you want to create some bearing, so we have an SKF bearing catalogs available. So just drag and drop, and it will update with the respective size like 25 mm diam of the bore size and having the drop list of the number selections. Like if I want to go for the 6205 number of bearing, I have that size available. So number of list of bearing sizes are there. So it's a predefined, preloaded database of the standard components available inside SolidWorks, which we can just use as in drag and drop. So the other components we can create is like chain wheels, gears, the other like nut bolts. So yeah, so it's a database of around more than 1 lakh components are there. Okay, so yeah, so this is about the standard part library what we have seen, and the next what I want to show you is the SolidWorks Composer. So let us see an overview of SolidWorks Composer, as it can be helpful to make technical documentation of the equipment. So let me show you. Yeah. So this is the Word document which we have prepared as in instruction manual for the equipment. So the SolidWorks Composer uh, will help your organization to include and create the data just like interactive data. Okay, so here on my screen you can see I have created, and let us just switch the views. So it's an interactive content which has been created using SolidWorks Composer. So the composer creates the raster graphics view for your files and assembly, as well as it will also keep updated with the model files. So whenever user is going to be update the part file or an assembly file, it will also automatically reflect in the SolidWorks Composer Word document. It will also update the Word file automatically. So let's see that how this all the details. You can see the instruction and the part details, how this assembly is going to be assembled. And we can also play some create and play the animation for the same. So the simple and intuitive user interface with the multiple tool sets, it will create a raster graphic images. So you can see a detailed instruction for that equipment assembly that we can create. Okay. Yeah. So again, one more thing I want to show you with that composer is like such an animation file. So here you can see this is gearbox assembly, and I want to create some instruction, assembly instruction for that gearbox. That how we can dismantle this to use this document as in change part. And this can be also used in as a product manual, okay. So the composer, which is a tool which can be operated by any user, it is not required to have an engineering background or a design a background to operate this kind of tool. So it's an interactive tool to create such a interactive content. So this is the assembly instruction what we have created for that sliding assembly. And to use this, we can uh, play step by step, like what are the next steps to create that assembly files, as well as you can see what are the tools is going to be used to assemble this equipment, that we can also highlight as in the content. Okay. Yeah. So we have seen till now the part design and assembly modeling, that how easily we can design the part file really quickly using SolidWorks, as well as the manufacturing drawings. The sheet metal components, we have created that cover part, the fabricated frame design, what we have created for this structure of this equipment, and the analysis we have performed on the frame. the standard part library which is available in SolidWorks, and the technical documentation as in a SolidWorks Composer format. Yeah, so that's all from my side. Any questions you have? You have any concerns? So you can also ask. And one more thing I want to highlight is in today's conference there are many students also have joined us to see this SolidWorks demo. So what I want to say is like we also conduct the SolidWorks training courses at our organizations. We are uh, conducting the SolidWorks courses. In we have an head office at Vadodara, branch offices at Ahmedabad and Surat. So for the more details, any training queries, any concerns, you can contact us on these numbers and the mail address. Hello. Yeah, thanks for attending this SolidWorks demo. So yeah, you can contact us and reach out us at the you have the contact details on my screen.